Hi, this is Dustin Pickering at New York Literary Corner, New York Parrot, and we have a very special guest today, Paru Timilsina. I hope I pronounced that correct. She is from Kathmandu, Nepal. She's been working as a social activist since 2012 as a treasure officer for the Takeshwar Cultural Foundation and as an executive manager at NIGO called Help for Desperate and Needy People. She's involved in the International Nepali Literary Society by organizing various poetry recitation programs. During her college year, she was the director of ENSAS Advance and was general secretary of ENSAS Nepal, a literature society. For some years, she was a theatrical performer in the drama called Bumari and Journey to Infinity. During her early years, she nurtured herself as an abstract artist and has published her arts in different local magazines. And for the more recent years, she's focused more on writing songs and poetry, and she describes herself as an epigrammatist. So, if there's anything we missed there, let us know. You can tell a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself formally to the audience. Feel free, go for it.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited and a little nervous today to
Hmm.
say about myself. Hello, everyone. I'm Paru Timilsina from Nepal. I live in capital city of Nepal, Kathmandu, and I'm a poet and a little artist. I'm actually so honored to be here and share my feelings and thoughts in form of poetry and painting. Uh, as as I have already told about me, I'm so lucky to be here today
Well, we're glad to
and to
have
have
you.
the
It's
interview.
absolutely wonderful to have somebody, all the way in Nepal talking to somebody all the way across the world from, it's wonderful. And I have some excellent questions for you. And I'm just going to start with a little bit about what's the scene like there, the literary scene. How active is it, and what kind of literature do you see being read and performed in Nepal or where you're at?
Okay. Uh, as as you know, I mean, you should know that Nepal is a very cultural country,
Hmm.
and it is linked with cultures and religions and poetry, and it's all about the beauty and feelings. I just feel like that way.
Right.
So Nepal is very active in poetry, and we have a lot of groups and foundations who is promoting the poetry in different way. And uh, in a late time there used to be a form for poetry, and it was some kind of musical forms and a
Mhm.
lot of more forms. And nowadays what I see changing is poetry is just being a boundless, shapeless, and we can be anything. Like there's no any rules. You should write this way, and this just
Mhm.
give us freedom, uh, freedom for every writer to write. And I feel so
Right.
happy. Yeah,
Just anything goes, kind of, you get up on the stage or on the platform, and you can speak your mind and read
yeah,
however. I think that's great, because then you have people who will participate in more formal environment type poetry, and then there are other people who will get up and read stories or their personal stories about their life or something. So it's fascinating to hear about other people's lives, and then it's also great to hear formal poetry and a mixture of all that at the same time. And I kind of had a funny question for you. I don't know. You describe yourself as an epigrammatist. What is that exactly?
okay. It's quite interesting. Yeah, it means a person who write
Okay.
quotes. And yeah, I describe by this word, as I was described by some of people by this word, so I get that honor to be that. And I am writing quotes for different organizations and for social for social work, because code, I feel like code is a very strong way to represent something in a
Mhm.
short way, so beautifully. So uh,
You can
it's
say so
like,
much in so few words, it's like
yeah, yeah,
you can put
exactly.
it in an eloquent and concise manner, and it hits people a little stronger than say a longer piece or an epic poem, for instance.
Exactly,
I just
it's so
wanted, I
catchy.
wasn't sure if that was if epigrammatic was the movement or if you were talking about like epigrams, as a form, like, as you're saying, as a quote. So I was, looking at that and I was like, I'm not sure what that is exactly. I have to find out. But also you organize events as well, and your work as as a treasurer for some organizations. And how do you balance the two? Because they're very different occupations as poet and treasurer, and it's two different things. And so how do you balance the two through your life?
uh, Actually, this social activity is, I feel like being myself. I can feel people. I can make something good. So it's something
Mhm.
I would die to be. And this foundation is organizing a lot of cultural programs to promote cultures, and
Mhm.
it's a group made by very good people. And
Right.
yeah, and I actually manage because I love to be there. And where there's a
So
will, there's a way.
you love getting to know people and working with
Yeah.
other people. What other kinds of social activist kind of stuff do you do?
Uh, I have already told that we promote the
Hmm.
cultures, and we give the educations for the children who don't get that opportunity, and we serve for the people who lack food due to, that, due to poverty and some other cases. And
That's
we
wonderful.
just work on such things, and for
Right.
and
Give people a
every
chance
month.
that may not.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
wonderful. So what goes into organizing a festival? Yeah, you've organized festivals as well, or helped organize. What kind of work does that involve?
Pardon me.
Like poetry festivals and stuff, literary festivals. What kind of work have you done with that, and what kind of work goes into that?
Okay, I'm involved in the international uh, literary project. It's organizing since long,
Hmm.
and they just connect the people through the world, and it helps to know the varieties of poems, and this is
Hmm.
how the poetry is just seen from the hearts of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's very beautiful. I think it's wonderful that that you do this work and you're working to bring culture to people and try to encourage literacy, and that's the foundation for a good life. I think is learning to read and learning to write. And maybe would you like to share a poem or two with us?
Yeah, sure. Um, okay, firstly, I will share a poem called Mr. Vampire.
Okay.
And saying about the background of, firstly, I would love to say the background of the
Yeah,
poetry.
sure. Feel
Uh,
free.
yeah, this poem is a feeling for me, because this is the poem for all the girls
Mhm.
who have shown the who has been the victim of social harassment and sexual harassment.
Right.
And I was also in that situation. I feel so weak, and I
Hmm.
wrote this poetry, and this actually gave me voice to raise my word.
Right.
I'm going to share this poem. It's called Mr. Vampire. Okay, let me start. Mr. Vampire, hunt me as a hunted heart. Play with my soul more and more. Look and scroll. I want to see my fear. till end. Make my sky black and blue, add some lightning, call your crew. Mr. Vampire, create some fire. I'm not tired, but admire my word. I'm fighting till end. I'm not an angel. My mom is not a queen. Yes, I'm not an angel, and my mom is not a queen. Come and play bing bong bing. Call your friend. Tring tring tring. You are a ghost, but I'm a king. Power is in my ring. Let's fight till end. Taste my blood. Taste my blood and smell my skin. Look in my eye. Try my zine. I can fire you like a dragon do. It's your turn. I'm an unicorn. Mess with me, I'll mesmerize you. Buy black pan, I'll fry you, roast you, toast you, abuse you. Surely then, Mr. Ghost, you, I'll host you. Mr. Vampire, act as a man. You can fight fool without any rule, like a wild bull, with using any tool. Till end, I will fight with my fear. Oh dear, I'll throw you in vain, again and again. I want to see my fear right here. Fight with me till end. Thank you.
Thank you. That was an excellent performance too, as well. Very emotive. I can
Very
see
impressive.
what you're saying there.
Indeed, it's
Yes.
emotive, yeah. I was just about to ask, you said you are a victim of gender violence. I'm very passionate about this part, and is
Yes,
it
I
a
was.
common phenomenon in Nepal?
Yeah, actually, now it's changing, but in past time, actually, I even don't know it was a sexual harassment, staring people and just just being a little more like I can't say that it's being a little more flexible. I thought it was being good, and I didn't know it was a sexual harassment. And I feel that it's a bad thing, and it's not your, it's not that your fault, and
Right.
and we can't be a victim. And
Right.
now people are a little more conscious about it. Many girls and boys are are raising voice against it, and it's being, I mean, maybe it will be solved soon. I
I,
feel that.
I remember in 2003, 2004, for over like 8 years, we were actively involved in gender violence, anthology of poetry, etc. And most especially in the Asian part of the world, specifically in India, there's issue of rape and women molestation, domestic violence. Is that also common in Nepal?
Um, yeah, and not that much, but yeah, many of women are facing social violence, even not knowing it's a social violence, because it's a we have a patriotic society where the man leads mostly. Now
Yes.
it's changing, quite changing. So how my grandmother used to see that things was, it's a life being serving the husband. You have to be always kind, always smiling, and it's something you should do for a life. And now now everyone are educated, and even, and now it seems that we all are equal, and
Right.
quite changing now. Now
I'm going to, I will challenge that part. It's not possible for us to have equality.
yeah,
It is possible to have equity. Equity is what is possible. But to have equality, I don't think it's possible because even the population of men and women are not the same. So we should
yeah,
be fighting for gender equity instead of gender equality. If we are fighting
yeah,
for gender equality, that is going to be an impossible dream. From my experience in this field, I believe that it is equity that one should be fighting for and not equality. Let me take you back to your background, your biography. You studied electrical engineering at the college.
yeah.
How did you switch from engineering? Because I didn't see anything related to engineering in your after school life. Have you
Yeah.
switched completely from electrical engineering or you are still involved in it? Or it's men's job?
Actually, poetry is my passion. It's like
Hmm.
my love and my
Right.
life. And engineering is it's my occupation. And I studied that, and I was also engaged, and I'm still engaged in my work. But in most time, I love to write articles, stories, poetry, and art.
So you're
So
actively
speaking
involved
of,
in electrical engineering.
mhm.
Yeah.
That's good.
And speaking of art, would you maybe like to show us some of your pieces and where they can be found? You said they're published in magazines. Like, can we see your art in the magazines?
Okay, right now I don't have magazine, but I have my
You can,
some of art.
yeah,
What's
you can
about
show it to us,
names
Do
but
of
you want
you
to?
can let us know where we can find. Is it on? Is
names
it
where we can
available
find
online or is it in print or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. Okay, for a minute, I'll show you.
you're looking why our okay. It's trying to
Just
be
in, okay, let's see what we got here.
okay.
Let's take a look.
Okay,
Oh, that's interesting.
Impressive.
yeah.
Wow. It's very frenetic. It's all over, and there's like a sort of on the bottom there is like a top of a tomato or something that looks like does that have a name?
What message are you trying to convey here?
It's the themes I made this poetry is evolution,
Okay.
and it's an abstract painting. So, uh, abstract means you can see anything. It's about your eyes, like how we feel. We have a freedom to see anything. So, abstract is what I love to art.
Right. It's very expressionistic and I like the way the
The
lines are sort of jibble jabbly, they're
first
they're
thing
kind
I
of all over,
see clearly
flowing.
here is the skull. The skull with
What?
a lot of things there. The skull, and
Yeah.
see, yeah, and lot of things are there that you can interpret just as you've said, in any way you can see it. The fire, considering the red pattern of it, the blue concept of love, the white concept of peace, etc. Within the skull, which is the brain of human. That's my own interpretation as an artist. So, because artwork can be interpreted in different ways, that's why I ask you, what message are you trying to convey to your viewers in case you are trying to present and explain to them what message you are passing across to them?
Uh, abstract. I mean, sport art is. First of all, I would love to say that colors of art actually gives me life, gives me
Mhm.
energy to be myself. I can put everything in one art and and smile at what I have made. And this poem, sorry, this art is actually I made in a thinking of a skull and where the evolutions is going on, where the life is running, and there's a
Mhm.
peace and there's a running history of humankind and our yeah. And even it I made I made the ohm in between, and there are, if you see a little close view, you can see uh, two horses, and I even made Krishna,
Hmm.
Lord Krishna, and
Mhm.
it's I'm inspired from Gita, and this art is inspiration from Gita, I can say that.
It's
Impressive.
very beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
It's
Okay, next art. Okay.
hmm Oh, nice.
Okay,
Wow.
this and can
Very different too. A little more
yeah.
solid. There's more visual, like solid, forms there that I see, and the eyes, of course, and the lips, and um, what is this one called?
Uh, it just
What, what
I
kind of
just
paint did
said
you use?
variation.
What kind of paint did you use there?
No,
Is it oil
normal.
paint?
It's just yeah, yeah. It's a oil paint.
Wow, very interesting.
I can
Thank
see
you.
the
Next
signal
one.
of love below the side, the low side here. You have the love symbol there. Um,
Yeah, there's a little heart at the bottom there. I see that
yeah,
now.
different kinds of thing can be used. You can interpret it in different ways. That's impressive. You have any other one?
Yeah, I have some. This one.
Hmm, that's interesting.
Okay. Yeah, this is a poem. This is the art I made in the theme of strength of woman.
Mhm. Yeah, you see kind of in the top corner here in the
Yes.
top left, there's sort of like it's almost like I don't know, a mermaid or some kind of um, feminine symbol pulling this out. Like maybe she's like drawing in some energies or something.
And we also have
I'm not sure what she is, but
there are women.
very nice.
If you check the rest of the images,
Thank you.
they look like women too, with long
Right.
hairs.
And then there's
Thank you. Do you like to see others?
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Well, go ahead with
Sure.
one more, I guess.
Thank you. This.
Oh, I love that.
This is very recent. I made last night.
Oh, wow. And that's is that an oil also? Did you use oil for that one?
No, I just made it. I don't know. I just feel the art. I just feel the colors mostly. This is how I paint. I feel
Right.
the colors and I play with the colors.
So
Well,
does
it's very nice. I mean, there's some
this one looks
interesting.
like a map? Did you use any map to draw this, or you just use the structure anyhow?
No, there is no map. It's just a structure. It's just a there's a power. If you see a little in the center, you'll see a dancing girl,
Yes.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, and a soul that sees rising in her own,
Hmm.
and everyone have their own world, and everyone can live their own life. This is
Impressive.
how I know.
You
I
have
like it a
more
lot.
Next one.
there?
Sure. Huh.
This look
That's
like
a has a
a river.
very right. It's a very water feeling. You use a lot of blues, I noticed. You use a lot of blue and
Yeah,
green.
I love blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the red part of the river area? Because this looks like a river. What is the
Yeah.
red there representing?
Uh, I was representing a transportation, if you can feel that.
Very nice. It's lovely. I think
Yeah,
it
Thank you.
has a there's a piece to it, but there's also a little bit of motion, and
yeah.
you kind of feel like how water just kind of goes all around, and you know you watch the wind blow over the like a river or like a piece of a body of water, and how it kind of moves and ripples in different ways in different directions. That's what I see in that,
Yeah.
you know, or like something of that nature. Very beautiful.
Thank you. I think this is all I gathered today.
That's okay.
Oh no, I still
We
have this one. I forget.
it's wonderful. Oh
It's a
wow.
bat.
Batman in the top there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's cute. He's kind of like looking
Okay,
in the
thank you.
sky, and there's the Batman symbol up there, the bat
Yeah.
call.
What does that symbol represent?
What? It's a Batman symbol.
Yeah, it's the comic book Batman.
Yeah.
A strong
This
man,
It's kind
strength.
of like
here. Yeah. Thank you.
maybe something of that nature. I don't know. It's very nice. It's very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Enjoyed
impressive.
looking at your work. So let's see. Maybe would you like to read another poem, or you know,
Yeah, sure.
I think we have time for that.
Okay. Okay, I will recite a poem called Baby Owl.
Hmm.
Okay, this sounds start. How many times I have to tell you, Mom? How many times do I have to tell you? No, God, act just here. It's a land of a demon. We're in hell, not a haven, a rising barbarian. Mom, stop. Stop acting so innocent. Rather than being hypocrisy, tell me. Tell me how to fight like a demon. Tell me how to act like a demon. How many times I have to tell you, Mom? How many times do I have to tell you? I fear, Mom. I get feared for you. Your beautiful heart is compared as damn bloody muscles. Your symphony of love is smashed by hatred. You are beaten by demons every time. Every time you're thrown for no reason. And where is your God, Mom? Your God never felt your pain. Where is your God, Mom? Your God never sees you crying. Where is your God, Mom? Show me your God. You're so helpless. Still, you're waiting for someone to protect you, save you. Mom, say something. Your silence kills me, breaks me. Mom. But Mom says nothing. I was loudly screaming with Mom, but Mom feels nothing. She's like a water, she don't react. She's deep like a sea. And I was floating, just floating. Mom says, take a long breath. What? Are you crazy? I literally pause. Mom says, darling, you're so quick to judge. Calm down. Don't bury your love. Calm down. Mom, how can I calm when Wall is putting you down? Mom says, God will protect us, dear. God sees everything. He's a planner. He's testing. So stay stronger. Never stop moving, my love. God knows everything. Are you serious, Mom? Wait, you mean your God is letting you alone to test your stronger bone? You gave everything for your loved one, your purity, your love, your family, your passion, and what your God did made you alone? I'm scattered like a bits from a thread. You have a very huge heart, I appreciate, but sorry, Mom, I'm done. I can't believe anyone. I don't know what Mom saw, my anger or fear. Then my mom puts her hands inside my hair. It was magical. I melt in her lap like a baby girl. I know it's my mom. Yes, I know it's my mom who always wins, so I convince myself to listen her words. She said a story stronger than a lorry. Once upon a time, there was an owl with her babies. Every night, she tells them night story. She said, there's a son, we call him son. There's a son, we call him. There's a God, we call him son. We are his loved one. He cares us a lot, protect us and love. My baby is our little boy. Please protect us and love. Every day, little owl listens the beautiful story of son. It was magical night story for little owl. Beautiful than story of lion and mocking owl. But time moves on. They grow smarter and strong. One day they question her mother, show me your bright son or change the story. Show me your God or change the story. We have never seen him inside your lorry. Mother owl smiled slowly. She said, child, there's a sun in far horizon. I know we can't see him, but his warmth can be felt on. We can't see from outer eyes, but deep inside we can visualize his glory as a wind. We can't see, but adjust at the sun. We can't see, but felt. Here, my heart was synchronizing with her emotional waves. I was searching that warmth and feeling that rays. I said, Mom, did they convince? She looked at me, playing her hands in my hair. Now I'm neutral, no anger, no fear. Do you ever notice two things of mother are extremely dangerous? 1. Silence. 2. Untimely smile. Her silence seems like a hungry demon and untimely smiles like a crazy Raymond. Still, she took me far away miles where all demon exiles. I repeat again, Mom, Mom, did they convince? Did the little owl can convince? Mom says, are you convinced, my little owl? Thank you.
Well, thank you for that. And thanks to all the mothers out there that care for their daughters and sons in the way you describe. And I think one of the things I got from that was doubts about, whether there's a higher power up there looking out for everybody. And you're coming to your mom and you're like, where is this God? And she says she doesn't really have, doesn't really have the answer, but can still comfort you and be a mother. And you did an excellent job performing that, by the way. I really felt it as I was listening to your words. So very good. So we have about 7.5 minutes or so left in the program. So if you have any final words that you want to leave us with?
The poem.
Go ahead.
You write emotively. And I like the fact that you also present your poem in a lyrical manner. You mix the rhythmicality of the thing. You mix lyrics with poetry, with presentation. How do you find this very easy to do?
Frankly saying that here from my childhood, my grandfather used to always sing poetry with the rhymes, and and which always inspired me to write the poetry, which we call a padya here. And I actually love it. Like it's like something that touched me. Like when I say one word, that another word just comes to me, and it always could be completed. I feel so good.
So do you sometimes use the dictionary, or you just have the flow naturally, or you just started? How did you start using rhyme?
Okay, the rhymes. How I start? Okay, the first poetry I read was of my father, and it is called the Gulab Ka Phul, which means rose flower, and it's all about the rhymes. And most amazing part of that poem was each alphabet has a poetry, and alphabet explain the each lines of the poems, and that was so fascinating. And it still have the rhyme. If you want to hear, I can say a little bit. It's in Nepali, but
Yes, go
still.
ahead.
Please do. Yes.
गुलाबको फुल हेर्न साथी यो कति राम्रो छ लाएर माया यसले अरूलाई सुवास छर्दैछ वर्षा र घाम आदि र हुरी सब कष्ट सहेर कोपिला पनि हुँदैछ त्यस्तै सुदेश लिएर फुलको जुनी लिएर पनि उद्देश्य ठुलो छ लहेर साथी भगवान माथि टाँसेको फुलै छ हेर टाँसेको फुलै छ. Yeah, that's all.
It's beautiful.
Very
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, very nice language as well. So
Yeah.
do you have any final words for artists, writers, activists, anybody, anything you want to say at the end here? We've got about 4 minutes.
Okay.
So if you have any little piece of advice or anything, message you want to send out to the world.
First of all, I'm actually so thankful to be here, and I'm so thankful for you all for inviting me. And for me, a poetry is a bound place, a safe place. And I want to say all the writers, all the young writers who find the difficulties to share their feelings, you can actually use the medium of poetry. Because in my early days, when I was in a high school level, actually I was so shy to say my words. I was not that confident to present myself, and I even can't say it's all right, it's wrong. And I was so even I knew that it was wrong, it was right. And the poetry actually helped me to raise my voice, to say it's to see inside me, because with poetry I can be anything, be anyone. So
Those are excellent.
that always, yeah, that's always helped me. So if you find hard to explain yourself, just use poetry. You don't need to have any rhymes, any specific word language. Just leave on that what you feel. And I want to say that.
Well, thank you very
lastly,
much.
Yeah, lastly, I want to say some of my quotes. If I have time, it's a little.
If you have time,
Okay.
you have some.
Okay.
I think we can get one
And
in there.
okay, it's a very short one. I'll say.
Mhm.
Uh, Wise man whispered in my ear, "Have passion, dear. Your silence has a stronger movement." Then I looked at the graveyard and smiled.
Mm.
Thanks.
You can present more. If you have more, you can present. We still have some times.
Okay, then, okay, next one. Does woodpecker thinks about the trees feeling? Next one. I live like a human. How can I live better than this?
Mm.
Okay.
I love
Those are your
that.
epigrams,
Live
huh?
like a wood.
This is what does your
How can I
epigrams.
live better than this? That's very
What?
philosophical.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Okay, next
Wonderful.
one. Don't know why my migraine has never migrated from my head. I doubt. Is he in love with my skull? Okay, next one. Never deal with women until you have to deal.
Mm.
Okay, next one. I finally learned to talk. What should I say first? And next, parrot creative mind is repeating my emotions.
Mm.
Uh, and next, if someone is so perfect, darling, you surely are in love.
Oh, that's very sweet. But we're going to go
Thank
ahead and
you.
close the show. And thank you for sharing. I appreciate your time. And
Thank you so much.
we've really enjoyed this. And we appreciate all our viewers. If you enjoyed this program, subscribe to our channel. It's Parrot Literary Corner. And I am Dustin Pickering. And we had a great time speaking with you. I think the message we can bring from this is always be kind, be expressive. You can find yourself in poetry, regardless if you have enormous skill or little skill, or even if you're, you want to put your voice to words, then do that. And also we also need to remind our viewers, be kind to women. we have we have to remind every single time.
Be kind to every
Thank
human,
you very
not
much
only
for your
women.
time.
Yeah, every human.
Much.
Exactly. I was just saying
Every
that.
human, yes, but
Yeah.
Thank you.
especially women. Now we have to learn over the centuries.
All
Us
right.
men
See
have to.
you. Bye.
Bye
Thank you very
bye.
much
Thank
for your
you.
time.